Welcome to Wakaati Entertainment Gist. On the headlines, INEC rejects Senator Natasha's petition for recall. I didn't have 4 wives at once, Jide Kosoko. U.S. reaches separate agreements with Russia, Ukraine. And in the world of sport, World Cup qualifiers, South Africa may lose points over player eligibility. And now the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has rejected a petition for the recall of Senator Natasha Akpoti, who represents Kogi's Central Senatorial District. The announcement was made by the commission following its weekly meeting on Tuesday, March 25, 2025. According to INEC's statement, the petition, which was submitted alongside 6 bags of documents containing signatures from over half of the 474,554 registered voters in the district, did not meet the necessary legal requirements. The petitioners failed to provide complete contact details for the representatives of the petitioners, which is a requirement under Clause 1F of the Commission's Regulations and Guidelines for Recall 2024. The petition only listed a vague address, Okene, Kogi State, without specific contact details for the petitioner's representatives and only provided telephone numbers for the lead petitioner. INEC emphasized that the recall process is governed by the Constitution, the Electoral Act of 2022, and the Commission's detailed regulations. In accordance with these regulations, the Commission requires full compliance with the submission requirements before moving forward with the verification process. This includes verifying the signatures of the petitioners using the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System (BVAS) in each polling unit, with opportunities for both the petitioners and the senator under recall to nominate agents to observe the verification process. The Commission further stated that it would use alternative methods to notify the petitioners' representatives of the situation and that it remains committed to conducting the recall process transparently within the legal framework. INEC also urged the public to disregard any misinformation or rumors circulating on social media regarding the matter. Popular Nollywood actor Jide Kosoko has cleared the air on reports that he married 4 wives at the same time. During an interview on the Honest Bond podcast, the actor said he first married 2 wives, lost them, and replaced his loss with another 2 women. While emphasizing his marital status, Jide Kosoko stated that he is lucky with polygamy because his wives and children are understanding. He, however, said he is not advocating for polygamy, as not everyone could be as lucky as he is. Singer Reekado Banks has said he will one day grant an interview in which he will talk about someone in the entertainment industry who is either clueless or plain demonic. According to him, rising talents in pursuit of their dreams come in contact with this person, agree to some policies, and soon get frustrated out of pursuing their dreams because of this person. One day, I will take an interview to talk about someone in the corners of the entertainment industry who is either absolutely clueless or plain demonic. Somehow, the brightest budding talents fall in their lap, and either through cluelessness or pure demonic activities, they agree to policies that effectively slow these talents down and force some other talents, frustrate them out of pursuing their dreams. He went on to clear the air, saying he wasn't referring to Don Jazzy. It may not be obvious to you all, but I'm definitely not referring to Baba J. Ejo, lol, please and thanks. The United States reached separate agreements on Tuesday, March 25, with Ukraine and Russia to ensure safe navigation in the Black Sea and to implement a ban on attacks by the 2 countries on each other's energy facilities. The agreements, if implemented, would represent the clearest progress yet towards a wider ceasefire and a stepping stone towards peace talks to bring an end to Russia's 3-year war in Ukraine. The White House, in a statement, confirmed that each country had agreed to guarantee safe navigation, refrain from the use of force, and prevent commercial vessels from being used for military purposes in the Black Sea. Commenting on the development, Zelensky asserted that Ukraine would uphold its part of the agreement and will push for further sanctions and for Trump to provide Ukraine with weapons if Russia failed to do the same. If the Russian violates this, then I have a direct question for Donald Trump. If they violate it, here is the evidence. We ask for sanctions, we ask for weapons, he said. Russian Foreign Minister Becky Lavrock said, "We will need clear guarantees, and given the sad experience of agreements with Just Kyiv, the guarantees can only be the result of an order from Washington to Zelensky and his team to do one thing and not the other." And in the world of sports, South Africa Group C leaders in the 2026 FIFA World Cup Africa qualifiers are at the risk of losing 3 points in the race for the automatic spot in the group after fielding an ineligible player during their 2-0 win over Lesotho last Friday. The news is a good one for Nigeria, who failed to get maximum points as they played out 1-1 draw with Zimbabwe in Uyo on Tuesday night, March 25. The player in question is midfielder Teboho Mokana, who accumulated 2 yellow cards in the series before their last game against Lesotho. Mokana, who plays for Mamelodi Sundowns, was first booked in the qualifying series during their 2-1 home win over Benin Republic in November 2023. He was cautioned in the 54th minute of the game. The midfielder was also booked in the 52nd minute during their 3-1 win over Zimbabwe in June 2024. He was then named in their starting lineup during the last game against Lesotho, playing 82 minutes before he was replaced by the Langte Mbata. According to FIFA World Cup qualifying rules, a player is ineligible to play a subsequent match after accumulating 2 yellow cards. If players or team officials receive 2 cautions in one match, in matches decided by penalties, or in 2 different matches of the competition, they will be automatically suspended from their team's subsequent match, FIFA says in its law book. However, a protest from other countries in the group could be disregarded by FIFA if it is not submitted at the stipulated time. South Africa, who play Benin Republic in Abidjan, are currently top of the group with 10 points. Benin Republic is second with 8 points, followed by Rwanda with 7 points, and Nigeria are fourth with 6 points after 5 matches. Former England footballer Joey Barton has been found guilty of assault by beating his wife after pushing her to the floor and kicking her on the head. The retired midfielder, who is 42, who played for Manchester City and QPR, assaulted Georgia Barton, who is 38, in June 2021 during a drunken row at their family home in Kew, southwest London. The pair, who had been drinking with 2 other couples while their children slept upstairs, started arguing after Barton threatened to fight his wife's brother and father. Barton, who was the manager of Bristol Rovers at the time, was given a 12-week suspension prison sentence. Mrs. Barton was left with a lump on their forehead and a bleeding nose, the court previously heard. She had called the police immediately after the attack, saying her husband had just hit her, but later sent a letter to the prosecution retracting her allegations. Chief Magistrate Paul Goldstring rejected Barton's account of events and described them as vague as he convicted him. While he acknowledged Barton had a record of violence, the magistrate said he is satisfied that it is not necessary to impose an immediate custodial sentence. Mr. Goldspring said a mitigating factor was that the couple remained in a happy relationship with a young child, adding that that is not something he wants to interfere with. Speaking outside the court after the sentencing, Barton said he was really disappointed with the magistrate's verdict and intended to appeal the decision at the High Court. Prosecution barrister Eleanor Dog told the court that Mrs. Barton's 999 call to police on the night of the assault was compelling evidence, as she has described it in clear terms. Mrs. Dog said Mrs. Barton's bloody nose was an injury that really requires an explanation, adding that it was plainly something not caused by an accident. And that's it on Wakaati Entertainment Gist. See you next time.